What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Offbeat Motors. Today we're going to touch on a little bit, it seems like a touchy subject when it comes to the MOPAR cold air intakes and how to care for the air filter. So I've seen a lot of talk back and forth on forums, Facebook pages, and everything else about how to actually clean the MOPAR cold air intake filter. And this is the blue air filter. Like on my shaker right here, it has a cold air intake system from MOPAR. And this is not a throwaway filter. You don't go and purchase a new one. You actually clean it. But that's where the big debate comes in. How do you clean it? What do you clean it with? And do you oil it? Well, a lot of people are saying it's just like a K&N. Clean it, and then oil it, and then put it back in. The problem with that is that's not exactly what's supposed to be done. MOPAR says that it just gets cleaned in some water with a mild detergent, like some dish soap or something like that, and you just shake it around, get it all cleaned out and everything, and then you air dry it, and then you reinstall it once it's dry, because it is a dry filter. When you go and put the oil and stuff on it, and you're using it on sensors and stuff that aren't designed for something like that, you could damage them, but that's a risk you're going to have to take. I know some people swear by the K&N style of oiling them, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and keep doing it. It's your car. But this video is about what is supposed to actually be done according to MOPAR. So on the screen, you're going to see the steps that are straight from MOPAR. This is what telling you. This is from their instruction for those who purchased it after the sale of the vehicle. At the very end of the instructions, it does tell you how to clean it. The MOPAR dry flow air filter. Keyword is dry. This is why I want to do this video, to help clear up some of the misconception of you definitely need to oil this. Again, if you want to oil it, by all means go ahead and oil it. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through these steps. It's real simple, real easy, and you're going to check your owner's manual to see how often you have to do this, and I think it's every 20,000 miles. Yes, it says 20,000 miles right here on the instructions. I'm at 28,000 miles, so I'm a little over, but better late than never, right? So let's get right into removing the air filter from the cold air intake box, and then we'll get everything all set up, and then we'll start cleaning. So there's my filter. It's pretty dirty, as you can see. And that's why we got to clean it. So to figure out how much water we need, eight and a half inches. Okay. So I measured from the bottom up, 8.5 inches, and when we put this in here with the water, it's not going to flow over. This is what they want you to avoid. You basically just want to fill it up to this point. Then you're going to put it in there, and you're just going to let it soak. So I'm going to go get some warm water and some soap. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our bucket with a mild detergent. I'm going to go ahead and take the clamp off. Don't need to clean that. And all you're going to do that's it. That's all you do. And then you're going to let that sit for 10 minutes and let the detergent and hot water do its thing, which is, I'm going to set a timer for right now. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 10 minutes.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, so our 10-minute timer has gone off, and you'll notice that I now have 2 more buckets here, and that's because I didn't want to just take this out, empty this, go fill it up, and then come back. So what I did is I took these other 2 buckets that I have. This one has 8.5 inches of water and detergent in it, and this is a clean one because this is going to be what we're going to do last. So before we take this out of here, we have to shake it back and forth, which gets the loose, grimy dirt off that this solution has been working on. Pull it out. Then you slam it back in the car and go for a rip. Just kidding. Go ahead and get all that out of there. And we're going to go ahead and put it back in here. And it's going to sit there for another 10 minutes. Let it do its thing. Then we'll do the same thing, swish it off, and then we'll go ahead and rinse it in here by swishing it in here. So next time we come back, you're going to see 2 blue buckets because this one's going to be gone. And I almost forgot. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 10 minutes.
Alright, so our 10 minutes soaking here is done. This is going to be our last soak. If it's extremely dirty, obviously you're going to want to continuously do it. That'll be dependent on the type of area where you live. If it's extremely dusty, you might want to do it more than twice. Just go ahead and same thing before. Wish it around. Pull it out. And then we're just going to put it right in the clean water. Swish it around. Dump it. And that's it. All we're going to do now is we're going to put this in the sun and just let it air dry with the sun beating down on it before we put it back in the car. I'll go ahead and, before I do that, I will wipe all this stuff off and everything too. So yeah, so go ahead and put this out in the sun. Oh, it's still peeing. So this is probably going to take quite a while to dry. So. There. I'm just going to go ahead and set it right there and let it stay there. And periodically, I'll probably just rotate it every now and then over the next however long it takes to dry. Probably going to be a whole day though, so we'll cut back to once it's dry and reinstalling it. So it's the following day, and it's all nice and dry. I just left it out in the sun in my backyard. When it got dark out, I just brought it inside, and then this morning I put it back out there. It was pretty well dry this morning, but figured a little bit more time in the sun's not going to hurt. I wasn't getting to this right away. Had to go out for a run and stuff like that, so I had time, so I just put it back out there, and it is completely dry. I cleaned the ends, wiped all the dust and everything off of it, and the inside is good. I also went ahead and wiped down the inside of the box because there was a lot of dust in the air box compartment as well, because, well, all these houses and stuff being built, there's just dust flying everywhere. So now to install this, it's the exact opposite of taking it out. So it's pretty simple. So first thing we got to do, put our clamp back on, and just make sure you orient it. And I like to put it so that the screw piece is facing this way, so I can put it down like that, get to it nice and easy, but whatever works for you. And all you got to do is just shove it in there, twist it, and just wiggle it back and forth a little bit. It seems like it's too tight, which mine is. Somehow I tightened the band a little. There we go. There, it should go on nice and free. So don't forget, hook the line back up. It just pushes right back in. Make sure it's seated all the way. And bring your clamp around, tighten it up, it's not going anywhere. Double check the connection, make sure it's good. We're good to go. It's all set. That's all there is to it. So does it really take 24 hours for it to dry? I don't know. I did it kind of late yesterday, so there wasn't a lot of sunlight out. It's not like we're in the middle of summer where it's sunlight until after 8 o'clock. The sun's going down shortly after 6, right around 6:30 right now. So there wasn't a lot of daylight left in the first place. And imagine if you do it earlier in the day, clean it, and then put it out. By the end of the day, it'll probably be pretty much dry. You could probably also put if you have an air hose, which I currently do not, or an air compressor. You can't have an air hose without an air compressor, but if you have like an air compressor with a blow nozzle gun on it, you could probably put that down on the inside of the filter and start blowing it out to blow a lot of the moisture out of it to start with before you put it in the sun, and it'll probably be dry in just a couple of hours. But this is exactly what I did. You don't necessarily have to do it this way. I followed the instructions, and like I said, there's some people that say that they swear by the oiling of it, even though it's supposed to be a dry filter. But you do you, boo. You know, no one's going to tell you any different. This is just a video to show you exactly how it's supposed to be done according to the manufacturer. If everybody abide by the manufacturer rules and guidelines, we would never have modified vehicles. So just do what you want to do. It's your car. Don't let anybody tell you any different. But at least read the instructions and then make an informed decision. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.